Computer Programming Essentials, Unit 2, Part 3. In addition to writing code, we can also add comments to our program. Comments are ignored by the compiler, so they don't execute. They're just there to leave notes for yourself or others to help document your work. We will add comments to our programs that include your name, the name of the programmer who wrote the program, the date, what the program's going to do, how you tested it. You can also use comments as a debugging tool. For example, if you want to test which part of your code is running and which part is causing a problem, you can just add some comment lines and turn off some statements so they won't run while you're trying to figure out what's going on with the rest of it. To add comments, there are 3 different ways. We'll be focusing on the top 2 that you see listed on this slide. The first one is line comments or single line comments. The start of the comment is 2 forward slashes, not backslashes, but forward slashes. These are on the same key as the question mark on your keyboard. And they continue until the end of the line. So they start with a slash slash and they end when you press the enter key. Block comments start with a slash asterisk, so the forward slash and the asterisk key, and they end with asterisk forward slash. So they can continue over multiple lines. The slash asterisk and asterisk slash is the start and the end of the block comment. And the third type is Java doc comments, and these comments are used for creating comments that will be produced, used to produce documentation. When we get into looking at documentation on Oracle's website to look at the official documentation for Java, you'll see that it all follows a certain format, and all of the documentation is created by using Java doc. We will not use Java doc very much in this class. We'll focus instead on line comments and block comments. One really super handy way to produce some output for the user or to get some input is by using a GUI or a dialog box, a graphical user interface dialog box. And there is a built-in class that contains a lot of these options, and it's called the JOption pane class. Read the slide and take a look at the capitalization for JOption pane. It's important that you follow it exactly. JOption pane contains a bunch of methods that can be used for creating a dialog box, and it's a GUI window that appears on the screen, and you can put a message in there or get some input from the user. In order to include the JOption pane, you have to have an import statement at the top of your Java program, and we will demonstrate this in class, and that's to include the definition of JOption pane. You can think of it, there's a lot of code that's been written by the nice folks at Oracle to make your Java programs easier and to provide some standardization with the interface. But we don't need them all the time. So stuff that you don't need is not preloaded. You have to explicitly say, import this class because I want to use it. I like the analogy that perhaps you have some camping gear at home, but you don't bring your camping gear with you to school every day because you just don't need it, so you leave it at home. And that's the same way with the JOption pane class. You don't need it all the time, so you don't import it to every program, just ones where you're going to use those dialog boxes. Here's an example. Import, notice it's in that teal color indicating it's a keyword, javax.swing.joption pane. JavaX is the package, Swing is the library, the class, and JOption pane, I screwed that up, I'm so sorry. JavaX is the package, Swing is the library, JOption pane is the name of the class that you import these definitions for these dialog boxes. And then to call the dialog box, use JOption pane, the name of the class, dot show message dialog. And for show message dialog, the first argument, the first thing you put in parentheses, is always the word null, N-U-L-L, followed by a comma. The reason that we need that is because that spot is reserved for a reference to the parent window. You don't need to know what that means right now. Just know that when we use show message dialog in this class, we will always use null, comma as the first argument. And then what's going to be displayed in that show message dialog is first dialog box. Notice it's a string literal in double quotes, and you can see the example of it there shown. So to summarize from Chapter 2, a computer program is a set of instructions that tells the computer what to do. The Java virtual machine, I'm sorry, did I say Chapter 2? I meant Unit 2, sorry. Java virtual machine is a little piece of software that allows your Java program to be run on whatever machine it's trying to be run on. Everything in a Java program must be part of a class, so all your statements will be part of a class. An access specifier is a word that defines the circumstances under which a class can be accessed. For this particular course, we will always use public, so we will always use public class. All Java applications have a method named main, and it is the single starting point for all your Java applications. Whenever you hit run, Java will be, where's main, where's main, where's main? And that's where it's going to start, is in the main method. Program comments are non-executing statements. They are ignored by the compiler, and they just add some documentation or can be used as a debugging technique. JOption pane is a class that provides some dialog boxes for us to use, some graphical user interface components. And here's a list of terminology. There are 33 terms that I have pulled out of Chapter 1 that I feel are important for you to know, and you will have an assignment to create flashcards for each one of these terms. The definitions can be found in your textbook, and you will be tested on these terms. If you have any questions, please let me know. cwyman@xcp.org is the best way to reach me.